They are fighting a war, and they can do a lot better, but they can get more help as well to do better. There's other cities that have way tougher gun laws. We have weak gun laws.
Dwayne Wade lashing out against gun laws in his hometown Chicago, but after his cousin was shot dead. But police there responded this way, quote, "Our fight against violent offenders who torment neighborhoods with gun violence is unwavering." Do they need more help in the city of Chicago? Should the feds step in? Would that help? Joining us now, retired police sergeant Pete Kokonis. Sergeant, great to see you this morning.
Good morning.
So the crime rate in Chicago is a little bit shocking to those of us who don't live in Chicago. Last month, 90 people murdered, 384 shootings occurred, 472 people were victims of those shootings, hit in some way. What is the core problem in Chicago?
It's about turf, it's about neighborhoods, and it's about money, drugs. And we don't, this is like you could say the old movies, Escape from New York and Escape from Los Angeles with Kurt Russell. You have no escape from Chicago. You don't have enough police. You got 497 murders this year so far. You got 2,600 people shot, maybe, about 2,600 shots so far. There's nothing going to solve this except putting more police out there and getting police in the community to talk.
Oh, you obviously haven't been watching the president recently. Police are the problem, says President Obama, says the Democratic Party. I mean, the violence happens because police are there, no?
No. This guy was a community organizer, made Senate, and then he made president. This guy he's not in his home back by his house. He's had 2 people shot and killed a block away from his home. People don't realize, you know, the answer, oh, bring in the National Guard. Can you imagine a guy that's a dentist, a store clerk, or works in a feed store, giving him an AR-15, and you're going to put him out on a street corner in the middle of the crime-infested area? And what's that guy going to do? He's going to be terrified. The mayor has said we're going to hire more police. You can hire more police, but when you have 800-900 retiring a year and you hire 400 or 500, you're at a diminishing return. We have to people say economic development. If I'm going to open up restaurants and stores in what Jesse Jackson refers to as endangered communities, a kid that makes 100 or 200 slinging dope, or 100 or 200 going out there being a shooter, is he going to work for $10 an hour?
No, that's right.
We got to go back, get the kids. 3 things we need. Kids need 3 square meals a day. Kids need a roof over their heads, and they need an education. Get into the grade schools. Get the police and the kids to talk. Get that going. Forget about the 16 and 30-year-old gang members. You have these investigatory stop reports.
Right.
So police are tied up longer so they're not getting guns off the street. We've taken 6,000 guns off the street, more than New York and L.A. combined. We also have 497 murders, more than New York and Los Angeles combined. Eddie Johnson's doing the best that he can, but if you don't have the resources and you don't have the opportunities given to these kids when they're young so they get an education, they get a good job, you're a losing battle.
Well, that's obvious, but instead I hear political figures in Chicago blame Indiana. Blame gun stores in Indiana as if, do you think if you closed down every gun store in Indiana there would be no murders in Chicago? I mean, is that real? Is that really a real answer?
No, they're going to go to Mississippi. They're going to go to Alabama.
Exactly.
They're going to go up. They're going to go up in Wisconsin. They're going to make straw purchases. I can buy a gun for $200 or $300 in Indiana, Alabama, Mississippi. Come back here and sell it for $400 or $500.
Yeah, and presume if I want to kill someone, I'll use a baseball bat, a brick, a knife, or what. You know, like if you have bad people who want to commit violence, they will. I've noticed.
A bat, you got a chance. A gun, you don't.
Yeah.
And you know, poor Dwayne Wade, his cousin. Here's a girl walking with their baby, registering her kids at a public school in Chicago, Dulles, and 2 brothers come up and they want to whack the guy that she's with, and they miss him and shoot her twice.
Right, they're bad shots too. Good point. Pete, thanks for coming on this morning. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.